Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Laguna Beach Lawn Bowling Club in beautiful Laguna Beach, California for the 2026 Lawn Bowling National Men's Pairs Playdowns. We have Game 2 for you, winner take all, between the father-son team of Angel Gomez and Javier Gomez versus Chris Dodd and Tom Richeson. So both these teams played earlier today. Well, I'll back up everything. So we started with 30 teams entered this tournament. The Southwest gets 2 entries because of their numbers compared to the other divisions. So we broke it up into 2 equal groups of 15, had a double elimination tournament, and after the end of the first weekend, Angel and Javier Gomez were undefeated and in the winner's bracket. Chris Dodd and Tom Richeson only lost 1 game, and that was to this very team, Angel and Javier Gomez. So that put them in the loser's bracket, which was played yesterday. They won both games, which has launched them into the playoff against Gomez in a rematch earlier this morning. So they played each other. Chris and Tom prevailing, forcing a rubber match, since both teams now have 1 loss. So winner take all. Similarly, we have another game going on with the team from the winner's bracket that we saw earlier. So that's going to be on Rink 3, Forivos and Shane Hansanawat versus Ruz Adai and Sadri Jazieri, with Ruz and Sadri winning their game earlier in the day, forcing a second game. So for both these games, the winner will take all and represent the Southwest Division right here in the National Championships at Laguna Beach, California in mid-September. Teams are just doing their trial ends. And I think the skips are just about to go. So this game will be a true rubber match, with each team beating the other once. Again, we'll have this all 4-bowl pairs, and then 18 ends. And there must be a winner. So if there is a tie after it, then we'll play an extra end. But also, if it gets out of hand, then any team can concede. And I didn't know what the final score is, but I know that Dodd and Richeson were up 8 going to the last end. And I guess they played it out and definitely didn't get an 8 for the Gomez's. We also have Kelly Warren. Oh, we forgot to introduce us. How silly of me. So who are we? Well, the Southwest Lawn Bowling team. So I've got Gary Barnes, our producer, who's also doubling as our cameraman today. Kelly Warren is doing the ticker that you see in the upper left-hand corner, so he'll keep tabs on the score of the other game. We also have Connor and Sheila and Gary Hiltunen are helping us out with setup and teardown. And I'm Hall of Fame announcer Scott Roberts. That's who we are. It's been kind of warm today. Yesterday was even warmer and a little humid. So I think for beach weather, I mean, we're right on the coast here. And it's about 80 degrees. So pretty warm. And it's getting into the mid-100s inland here in Southern California. And somewhat humid. So the women's pairs playdowns was decided yesterday, and one of the people that were missing is Joan Normontes and her husband Steve Normontes. Joan, with her partner Inger Benson, won, but Joan was fighting a 102-degree fever while she were playing, so they went to the hospital last night, but she's resting at home, but they're busy taking care of each other. So that's why Steve, our usual cameraman, is not here, and Gary's pulling double duties running the cameras. All right, looks like we're ready to get underway. And the first jack is rolled. The other women's team in a tiebreaker was won by Mary Spees and Manya Urain, finishing the round robin in 2 wins, 2 ties, also with Joanna Hedgebeth and Mary Thompson, both finishing 2 wins, 2 ties, forcing a rematch amongst those teams that Mary and Manya prevailed in. So those are all the women's pairs. And we're going to decide the men's pairs right here, right now. Pretty good opener. First bowl by Javier Gomez with these kind of two-tone blue and yellow bowls. Black and yellow? Blue and yellow? Almost look black from here. Like bumblebees. Here's Tom Richeson. Pretty good opener here. Great start by both these guys. All right, not bad there by Javier to put one behind. Looking for with the front toucher or something similar to a front toucher. The jack's going to go back, so you really want to make sure that you're behind here. Tom should be doing the same and trying to get one behind or matching his first. He's a little bit of fear there, I guess. You really want to make sure you're behind with that. Yeah, nice and attacking by Javier. Maybe a little too much, but gets some good position. He kept it in play. Tom really wants to try and get something behind here. Pretty good bowl here. Yeah, nothing wrong with this. Just kind of replaced it. Really good there. Well, not bad there. Got to cut it into just one. Pretty good bowl by Javi. Let's see what Chris does. Good. Angel grad Javier before I had to. Gotta get used to the cameras here. Still holding one. I think he's going to switch on the forehand. Try and just kind of get to that second shot would be pretty good. You don't want to come too far across. Good time to not be heavy and narrow here. You don't want any jack movement. Yep, that was a problem. Put another one in the head, but risked it with going heavy and narrow. Still 3 bowls. Kind of got it surrounded. Good time to kind of be thinking about what it is you need to do if you're Angel. All right. Maybe you're holding one up for a position bull. I don't really blame him. Pretty good option. Chris will probably be coming on his forehand here, trying to come through the head. Probably going to be looking for something here, getting extra on this bull, into this bull. See if you can get a little bit of jack movement, or ideally just get the bull out. When down, you want to be nice and positive here with this first one. Yeah, nothing wrong with that, and it ended up in a good spot after that kind of redirect. Not too bad there. Sure, Angel's going to do something similar. Could try and play it off here. It's pretty safe to kind of come underneath. Now that he's kind of got this covered, to come in here and just go underneath that bull would be good. Yep, just a little heavy, but a good bull. Just got pretty decent weight. Just needs to get a piece of it. Yeah, just got one of their own bulls out, but kind of put it in the back corner with the rest of the bulls. It's kind of opening it up again for Angel to kind of just do a draw here. He's going to come all the way across. And Tom's seeing kind of all these bulls in this area here, or just behind. So he's got bulls just behind, but they're not, it's going to be hard for it to get there. He'd really have to crack it and risk losing some bulls. So he's going to try it again here. Just hanging out a little too much. They each got one left. Still one for the Gomez boys. Again, I think Javier wants to come in here and just get underside, just sit on this bull, or even use it and sit and trying to beat this bull. He could come narrow too and hit off this bull and have it come in, but I think he really wants to be more on the draw weight. I mean, there is a little pocket of danger here, but it's going to be very hard for it to get there. And just kind of tip that one. Well, nothing's really changed. Chris could try that hand again. He could also try and play. I mean, there's a case to be made. He had a little trough here that he could come through, and he can kind of hit this bull and come off, or he could kind of crack the egg and push that bull out, and get that jack to kind of move into this area. Would be pretty, pretty good if you can get it over in here. Yeah, he's switching hands this time. And he's not short. Yeah, just didn't get the result. So it's going to be one for the Gomez's to start. 1-0 after one, scheduled for 18 ends. Their earlier game was really nip and tuck. I mean, nobody had more than a 2-point lead until about 3 or 4 ends to go. They played the first 14 ends. I think they were tied, so I expect to see a lot of good bowling and a lot of close heads. A couple notes from Joan. Congratulations, Joan. Hope you're feeling better also. And we miss you, Steve, as well. Gary is doing his best with the camera. Yeah, a little short there by Javi. Yeah, Tom, at least finishing behind is okay. Rather have the one behind than the one short. Yeah, that better. That should how the first one should have been for Javier, and obviously in for shot. Still about a yard, 4 feet away. And Tom looking to take a little weight off here. Pretty good adjustment here. Yeah, nice pull there. A little narrow, but that's okay. Just a little overcorrection on the line, I think. All right, here's Javi again. So drop a little pace off his last one. I just did the same bowl. Tom can try the same thing, take a little more grass. And when you have that stroke, just try and duplicate it, no softer. Coming to those 2 back bowls is okay as well. Yeah, nice bowl there, in for 2. And Javi could play it nice and positive and just get to either one of those bowls or the jack, kind of play it with the same weight, just a little narrower. I think he might have taken some pace off. Well, they had at least a close third there. They kind of been preferring to be a little more aggressive there. Tom looking to just kind of to come around the corner, just kind of do the same thing and pick up the jack and kind of slide it behind his own 2 bowls. Yeah, just a little too heavy. All right. So Don Richeson holding 2. You can see again up in the upper left-hand corner, see the score of the other game that we have going on, and looks like it's another good start for Sadri and Bruce, who have yet to trail today. Up 2-0 to start that one. Again, all the games, 18 ins, 4 bowls. I see Angel be nice and positive here, trying to play it at least a yard through, trying to see if he can hit either one of those bowls or the jack. Pretty close here. Got the jack just outside of it, but cut it to 1, I think. Chris on the draw. Yeah, it looks like he's put a second one in, just short. He's just going to try on the other hand. Ask Javier to try and move from time to time. Yeah, pretty nice draw there by Angel. Well, there's a tendency everybody wants to rip for their bowl and they're not used to being on camera. Gomez is holding 1. Here comes Chris, just trying to tighten his own up a little bit. You can afford that little extra pace, but you just need to be a little narrower, and the pace is okay. Angel, probably something similar. He can afford to add another couple feet, kind of come around the corner and just be underneath the white. Just a little short there. Chris is going to tie it again. Knows what he wants to do. Now you got the danger of not being too narrow because you don't want to hit that bull in front. That Javier, or rather Angel just left. Just wants to slide by that one, pick up the jack, or slide it left. Yep, great shot there by Chris Dodd. Well done. 1 bull each. And All right, time for a good draw here by Angel. Let's see how the draw is working today. Just wants to slide around these two balls and put it in. His dad likes it, and he should. Great draw there. Well, Chris could probably afford to play this with like a yard of weight. Let's see, you could play this with again, I'm in the frozen zone. You could play with a yard of weight and either hit his own ball up, that second shot, or hit the shot ball out. So you could do it on the draw, but I think you're better off playing it with at least a couple feet of weight, if not a yard. That should be pretty good weight to push, enough to push that ball in, or push that ideally when I push the shot ball out. I think he'd be sitting at least 2, if not 3. I mean, he might be looking the other hand to see if he can shoot that gap there and come with positive weight. It does have Tom's behind for shot for its best back if he happens to hit the jack all the way out. So that's another option that I think he's looking at. Personally, I prefer the hand he just played, add a yard. Simple adjustment. But you can see that little gap if you're playing on the left, and he could shoot through that gap and come to the bull or the jack. I think he's kind of weighing in his mind which one he wants to do. The important thing is when you're kind of betwixt between with two shots, pick one before you get on the mat and figure it out and then execute. I think he's going to come cross head with weight through that gap. Yep, here we go. Well, going to have to get lucky. Yep. So it'll be one more for the Gomez's. Another great draw by Angel. They'll go up 2-0. I could see this shot that Chris was looking, but I think I had better percentages playing the other way myself. Especially since he had just done it. You know, he just put one there. And I don't know, usually like early in a game like this, when you're playing 18, I try to lean on my draw. Like learn the rink. Get it familiar. So that maybe you give one up here in the second or the third end, but then it pays off dividends when you get to the 8th and 9th and 10th end. All right. Well, if you're a couple yards through to start. There's Tom's first. This looks really good here. Yeah, just gobble the jack right up and end up in a front toucher position. Here's the upside of Javier being behind with his first one, even though he was a couple yards. That's where the jack's not going to go forward. It's going to go back. It's going to go towards his bull. So we can afford to keep a similar kind of weight here and just try and hit that bull. Tom just looking to play onto his own, play through his own here. Make sure you're behind. Yeah, he kind of did this in the first time where he was a little short. Just a little short, but pretty close. But he's kind of made a bigger target for Javier now. Could try and split those two bowls and spring it. Keep a similar weight. Preferably, I think, more on his first weight, where he's at least a yard through. Going to be difficult to try and draw it. It's just much bigger target to try and hit it and move something. Yeah, hung out again, but now they got 3 behind, and that's why Chris, you see, is looking for Tom to get him something behind now. See if Tom can avoid hitting his own. Slider right by. Yep, good shot there. I think just what Chris wanted, right between the two. I think he would have preferred to have it on the other side of that bowl as opposed to between them, but it's got a little dicey because it looks like the motion is going to push it more to that bowl or just to the side of it. So I think that's why Chris wanted it outside, not between them. But it does take away the little pocket behind, and he did get best back out of it. All right, Javier trying to stab again. He's got a piece of it this time. Yep, sprung it. Good shot there. Kind of measure around. They still might hold one, I think. Tom a little tight on this hand, but it might work for him because he gets that little push up to get shot. Yep, that works. Kind of two-way. Could have hit that pile and push that up or slide it around with that weight to get shot. Probably would have finished right where Javier's foot is. It's not been a good weekend for the telestrator. It is what it is, though. I have to use my words. All right, here's Angel. Down a couple. All right, get something behind. Well, Chris can pretty much free swing this if he wants. He can play on the forehand. And even if he, I mean, it's not going to move the jack. He's just going to hit that bowl. So he can play it nice and positive this first one. And if he slides it by, then he'll get in the little gap. So that'll be okay. Yeah, not bad weight there. Not a bad finisher for Chris. There's Angel. Probably weight's okay. I think he just needs to tighten it up if he wants that weight. Or drop the weight and keep the line. It's a pretty good effort here. Yeah, it should cut it to one. I mean, the shot ball is only a foot away or so. Chris looks like he's going to try and still draw around it. Looks pretty good. Wants to finish all the way behind. Yeah, and it fell over nicely. Great ball there by Chris to take two. I think, looked like Angel's going to come with weight on the other hand now. Only hit both bulls, kind of pushed it away. So still two. And maybe a look for three, having pushed that own bull out a little bit. Really the danger is over on the right, because that bull looks like it's going to, the jack, if anything, with any action, is going to squirt out to the side there. It looks like it's going to go to the right with all four of Javier's bulls are. I mean, that's definitely where the danger is. They're also down two in the back. That's kind of good news, bad news. They're holding two or three, but they're pretty ripe with a lot of problems all around it. But Chris does have two bulls, so he could cover one thing and then try and draw for another point, hopefully, or fix wherever else he goes. And Chris just opted for the back. I think he got the tee, so if he gets the kill. So if you're new, if I'll say a new-ish rule, but one of the things you enforce is there's a 2-meter mark, which we also call a tee because it's usually marked with a tee. If somebody hits the jack and it goes out of bounds either side or over the top of the bank, it'll get respotted rather than playing the end over again. It gets respotted on that 2-meter mark or the tee. So right now, Chris is the one that's holding the tee with that last ball he rolled. Before that, it would have been 2 for the Gomez's. I think Angel's going to try the same thing, come through with weight, try and get underneath those 2 bulls. See if he can hit one of those shot bulls. Pretty good shot there to cut it to 1. Well, Chris has got one more bowl. He can try and play the same hand and basically the same shot that Javier did. I think Chris has to tell him to see who's got third. Try and see if it's worth it or if he should just draw one. Because he can play that same shot, come across the head, trying to hit that ball and chip it out and sit for 2 or 3 if they had the measure. Or he's just on the draw and just trying to beat that last ball. But right now they're holding 1 and they could go for getting a point and getting on the board. Yeah, opting for just kind of the draw here. Not going to do any damage with that. So he was trying to push Tom's up. Don't think he quite made it though. Yep. So he was opting for the draw or to push up. I didn't think he was going to make it with that weight. But Dodd and Richeson get on the board. And it's 2-1 after 3. Playing 18 ends. It's always a close game when you're getting a lot of 1s. It's a sign of a close game when you see 1-1-1-1. See if Tom's going to make it all the way down. Needs to finish and get going. And it's about a yard short. All right, here's Javi. Get all the way to it and all the way to the back, and I think he's come up a little short. The first time Chris and Tom have had the mat, and they've cut the mat in the 2-meter mark. It's kind of like a mid-length, I would say. Probably been something different here. Well, hell of a nice adjustment with Tom. That would have been perfect, but in his own way, so it makes it a little less than ideal. Didn't quite get the result he wanted. Here's Javi looking to just slide underneath these 2 bowls. You getting an edge and in is okay. Yep. Well, set up a jacker bull shot for Tom here. Oh, all kinds of action. Tom hits the bowl and then almost trips, kills himself. Jeez. God. Tom did kind of one of the drifts, and with the mat at the 2-meter, he walked right into the pack of bowls and almost went kersplat right in front of us. But he hit the shot ball out. Now Javi's trying to put it back if he can. That tongue's a little heavy. That's okay. Nothing wrong with being all the way in the back. Holding 3 at the moment. Still a lot of room for Javi to come in. Great bull here. Beautiful bull by Javier. In the other game, we see Vos, Corey, and Shane pick up a 5 in the third end to take their first lead of the day, 5-3. Well, Chris is up and got 3 seconds, but down in the head after that nice last bull by Javier. Chris will probably be following it down. Can afford to play it through. Yeah. Not bad weight, just kind of went all the way around it. Angel just trying to draw a second. I think he's going to get wrecked on his own there. Nope, just slid it by. Well, don't know if he made it in for 2. Definitely giving Chris something to think about. Chris is going to have to add a little pace now. But now he can afford to hit either one of those bulls. It'll be helpful. Oh, not that one. That's not the one you wanted to hit. I pushed that one in. Now it's 2 for sure, maybe 3. And Javier wants Angel to come all the way to the back, thinking Chris is going to come with some weight here. They're only down 1 back there. You know, I'm all for covering the back, but when you've got last bowl and you're only down 1, it's not like it's a huge danger back there. And I think I'd rather be drawing another, putting more pressure on my opponent. There's Chris. Again, same thing. He's trying to come with a little weight, just kind of missing. If anything, I think it pushed their closest one out. So it probably is 3 for sure now. He probably just wanted to, I would just draw one. I think that's the wrong hand, though, that Javier's calling. You got those green ones there he doesn't want to hit. Better off playing the other hand. He got it wide open there. Oh, I kind of question this a little bit because I don't want to hit those green ones. The other hand's wide open. I think he's worried he wants a bull there to try and cover with the jack movement, but it's a little dicey. You know, I don't blame him being a little short. Worried about hitting those bulls up, especially if you're holding 3. All right. Chris does have numbers behind. The reason for that, he's down 3 in the head. At least I'm pretty sure it's 3. Sure looks like 3. I really needs to get a piece of this somehow. He didn't like it. Missed his line there. Just kind of didn't fall through. He's questioned his delivery there, like he may have come across his body a little bit. Kind of just, instead of letting the bull come around, I mean, it's a natural tendency, especially for beginners. You would think Chris would be able to, you know, but it happens. It happens to everybody. You're just kind of thinking about what the bull needs to do, and you try and give it a little helping hand. Now we should see Angel just trying to draw for a 4th. was really good. Right up to that bowl. What a draw. Beautiful. Had a free throw and he made it. Swish. And I got to look at this fourth one. And give it a measure. Measure. This measure is brought to you by Aero Bowls USA. Thank you, Aero Bowls USA, for your continued sponsorship of our Southwest Division live streaming team and the use of your tent to keep us and, more importantly, the equipment nice and dry. So thank you to Aero Bowls. Same line every time. It was 3 and they're measuring for 4. 4 it is. So nice bowling kind of breaks the one streak and steps them out. Again, kind of breaks up the little one thing that we had going there. Again, usually it's a good game when you got a lot of ones. Gomez are discussing what they want to do. Okay, there. Looks like they're going to put it back on the 2-meter mark. Basically playing what Dodd and Richeson did. Hard to get away from it. They just got a 4 with it, so they're going to say, it's your distance, it's ours now. Another great bowl. There's Tom again. This is pretty good here. Just got the inside of that bowl. It was a pretty solid third and behind. And with Javier's kind of front toucher, it's probably going to go backwards. So. Yep, didn't quite make it back to where he wanted it. You kind of want to get something behind. I think Tom's going to switch hands there, Chris's direction, trying to get either one of those bowls, trying to play with like a yard at least. And a little fortunate rub there. Yeah. We're at 3 down in the back. Javier really could use to get something behind here. Preferably without moving the jack. Yeah, a little short again. And I don't know if it's in the count. Tom can easily turn this into a 4 up if he gets it right. Yep. Well, got it behind at least. I think you'll see Javier wants him to put one to kind of cover the drag, but man, they're 4 down in the back. I don't know. I think I'd be putting one all the way in the back here. They are on the side of being all the way through.
Corey tried to clap hard for
Yeah. A little short. Boy, that is a huge target for Chris now. That's basically 4 bulls wide, and he's got 4 bulls in the back. Tempting for him to have a go here with the first one. Pretty big target. I could see it, and especially if you happen to hit the shot bull. That jack is going back to all 4 of his. Something to think about. I think that might be what he's eyeballing. And he kind of just tried to ease it in. A little controlled weight. And just didn't have the line for it. And now they got 5 behind. And now Javi's, I think, calling for the right shot of something all the way behind, which is what they really should have been doing in the last one, I think. Well, he got one there now. Chris really needs to get a part of this head. Any jack movement should help him. I think he's come tight again. So it's almost the same bowl. Except he's got nothing to run into this time. Might stay up. Yep, all the way. It stayed up. Oh, but it's out of bounds. I was like, why is Tom going to pick that up? It went all the way out of bounds. Okay, now that Angel's got the back, he's trying to just cut off this little pocket of 5 here. Yeah, pretty good spot. Not too bad. Kind of reduces the window, but there's still a 5 to be had there. But Chris can keep the same weight if he wants, but he, enough with the missing. Got to hit the target here. Pretty big one. Every time he's been missing narrow, missing narrow, missing narrow. See what he got this time. Got the outside. Oh, what a shot. What a shot. Take a shot there. All right. Angel tried to match him and trying to come cross head. He's got all those bulls to push up, or he can hit the shot ball out, and just kind of came narrow. Chris, after that good shot and great result to get one. Chris should be on the draw here. He could put one all the way in the back. They're down 1 back there, but I think it's the last ball. He's just, last ball. He's just trying to draw one. See if he can get to that short black one there. Just a little touch on his own is okay, and sit. What a shot. I don't know if he got 2 out of it, but that's a hell of a bowl. I think it's 2, yep. That's what Chris and Tom needed. Get a 2 there. Cut it to 6-3 after 5. Played 18 ends. Let's see, back to distance of putting it on the tee and kind of going a little on the longer side. Not quite tee to tee. There's Tom's first. Not bad here. Probably about 4 or 5 feet through. All right, here's Javi. It's short here. Don't want that, buddy. Couple yards short. So I'm just looking to probably just drop a yard. That's what I think I'd be telling him. That should finish just behind. There's Javi looking to get all the way up this time. Yep, there it is. There it is. Only about less than a foot short there. Giving Tom a position to attack if he can. Kind of stick with that same weight and see if he can hit Jack or Bull here. Needs to be all the way up and through. He's close. He's very close. Oh, good shot. Hit the bull. Javier's going to just try it again. Just try and put it back. Could take a little more grass to be okay. This looks really good. It just needs to slide under that. Oh, I don't know if he made it. Chris just calling for a draw. Can't really tell who's holding. Almost looks like a three-way measure here. A little touch on his own on the side would be good. Yeah, probably snuck in there. At the very least, it's second. Yep. Angel seems to think that Tom's holding with that one. So Javier can come through with nice and positive. Trying to see if he can hit this bull into that or slide it around. Yeah, that's okay. It's a decent position. Angel trying to wave it in. All right, the men in black are having a conversation. Oh, we're going to get a good shot of Tom here. We've been having a conversation about what it is they want to do. I think Chris is probably going to end up just on the draw here. Doesn't really have anything or any need to kind of press or push. Slid under that front bull. And slid past everything. Here comes Angel trying to get a piece of his head. Yeah, pushed his own in. Got it in for shot. Hit that combo that was there before.
No way to do.
Switch the, maybe switch, no, we're good now. Again, you still need that little shock collar. We need like a little something, just something with a little buzz.
Yeah.
For whoever's in the head, just like a little, and they know it's like, what's that? And they realize, oh, well, that's what I need to do. All right, so Gomez's look like they're holding one. Tom is behind here, so I can see Chris kind of coming this way into the bull to try and free the jack up. Looks like that's what he's trying here. Yep, and hopefully he keeps it in play if he misses, which, yeah, he's done. That's the upside. Now there's three. They got three back in this corner here. Let's see. So now Angel's trying to come through and see if he can hit this bull into this bull or on his own. Like that. Trying to shove it out. Probably got two out of it. Sure looks like two. Or three behind. Tempting. Yeah, it's kind of hard to push two bulls, bull into bull, even though they are touching probably, and get it to spring all the way back in here without having a fair amount of weight. Especially since there's that little gap between the bull and the jack there. I don't think, if he's going to try that shot, I don't think this can stay in bounds. It's going to have a lot of pace to it, and you got to be worried about hitting your own out. But it's the inside of this pile and into that ricochet. Yep, there it is. Oh man, good shot. I think he did what he wanted to do. It was one of the results. It's just, you know, not the favorable one. Not one where he ends up with the score, I don't think. I think Javi says it's one of a measure. I think that's what that was. I think Angel should probably be coming here. I don't know what they're going to try. The danger is this bull. You don't want to hit that bull in, so you have to have great control to kind of slide it through here. Or you're just coming in here instead, trying to hit that bull or on here. And this is the way he's coming. Just sliding in that little pocket or come all the way to the back, I think is what he's doing instead. And I don't know if he made it. Taking a good look here. It's not super clear who's holding. It's almost like a three-way measure. I mean, they are right there, so they probably have a good idea. I sure don't. So it's a little tough now for Chris to kind of come this way again, because you'd have to. It's almost like you want to get it slide under there, or hit this bull out. So it might be that he's on the other hand, trying to push this up, or these two out. Yep, that's what he's doing. Let's see what happens. Well, that's got rid of one of them. I mean, if they didn't think that was in the count, then, or in the measure, then I guess it was worth the risk. But it's two down for sure now. And now free draw for Angel. They're just trying to slide it in and just trying to beat this bull here and not touch this one in front. Pretty good bull here by Hunt. Just needs to get under that bull. Oof, tapped it. Should be two. Two it is. Gomez is extend their lead. 8-3 now. After 6, the 1/3 mark. Playing 18 ends here. So, if you're just joining us and you haven't subscribed already, we'd love to get a subscription from you on the YouTube channel. Doesn't cost you anything, and it'll make us more attractive to sponsors. Oh, it's 3? No, it's 2.
No. I said I need 3 more. Can I get this?
Oh, we're 3 away from 600. Whoever gets to be the 600 subscriber, we will get a free thank you. So we're at 597. We're trying to get to 600 by the end of the day today if we can. So
Like a telephone.
we would love that. So anyways, it doesn't cost you anything. Just push that little button. And then if you turn on notifications, you'll find out when we're going live next. And you'll know when you can see live bulls from here in the Southwest.
I like that better when you see her coming in.
Yeah, I know.
So again, a very brief recap. This tournament started, 30 teams entered in the Southwest Division. The Southwest do their numbers, get 2 spots in the national championship. So they broke it evenly into 15 and 15, double elimination tournament. After the first wave last weekend of everybody playing, Angel and Javier Gomez were undefeated, as well as Corey Vos and Shane Hansanawat. The final 4 in the losers bracket, teams who had lost 1, played yesterday, basically 2 games. Won by Dodd, Tom Richeson, as well as Sadri Jazieri and Ruz Adai, forcing the playoff here today, knowing that the teams coming from the losers bracket had to win twice. Both teams from the losers bracket won this morning, forcing this winner-take-all match that we're showing here. This one's between the Gomez's, Dodd, Richeson, while we have, if you look in the upper left-hand corner, you can see the score of the Sadri Ruz game versus Corey and Shane. That one looks like it's a little closer than it was earlier game today. And that's 8-6 or 8-3 here. So that gets you caught up. We kind of have a little bit loose to start here. Nobody really right on it. Kind of have it surrounded. But and Javier's kind of floating it behind. So we kind of have.
Chris.
Chris with a little shuffle out of the way. Crab style. All right, here's Tom. Looks like he's going to take shot with this beauty here. Beautiful bull. Beautifully done there, right behind. In this particular bracket, Chris and Tom's only loss came to the Gomez's, and it was the last game they had in the first, or on Sunday last weekend. It was the last game played, so the 4th game by both teams, but they were undefeated at that time. Wow, great bull there by Javier. Beautifully done. Not sure who's holding, but I think you got to play it like you're down. And so again, as I was starting to say, Dodd and Richeson, their only loss was the Gomez, and then they won their other 2 games. And so then they played this morning with Dodd and Richeson winning. So now this is basically a rubber match. Each team haven't beaten the other once. There's Tom, just wants to push that one out. Just kind of didn't get the result. He hit the outside of that bull instead of inside of that bull and kind of hit into their own. So I think he gave it away, but he put another one in the head. So. Right. I think Angel's going to try and draw it all the way around here and see. Doesn't want to come too tight if he can help it, because he doesn't want to hit the jack or push his own bull out like that. Might have gotten away with it. Luckily, he got a little rebound and it kind of kept his bull up there. But again, willing to trade the shot for a little bit better position. Chris can go ahead and he doesn't have anything behind, but I think he still wants to play this with at least a yard, trying to hit bowl onto bowl. I mean, he could really play either hand, but I think he's going to play this hand and either hit the jack or hit these two bulls here. Yeah, not bad. Just a little narrow. Yeah, now let's see if we could play the opposite hand for Angel to try and come in here with a little bit of weight. Either push into this, but preferably hit this bull out by hitting bull into bull and getting it out of there. Wow. All kinds of bulls now. It's going to be hard to move anything. I really want to try and spring the jack if they can and get it out to this area. Not straight back. They don't want to do that. They want to kind of have it just kind of hang around. So coming into it on this hand and trying to pinch between the jack and the bull and see if you can squirt it out off to the left on your screen here. All right. Angel's going to try the same thing, just trying to play it through with a couple feet of weight and just kind of pump the whole pile out since he's the one that's closest. And that was a little bit of the danger to hitting the jack. He really wanted to hit the bulls and push them up and not give it away if he could help it. He did. The one thing he did accomplish is he kind of covered up that side there. Don't know if he's still holding. And Chris probably, he's got the bull. Let's see. He's got this bull that's right behind. So he could play this hand and either on the draw directly to the jack, to the bull, or come all the way across into these and then have it come off and in. So I think thinking, probably draw into like this weight here if you can. Go to deal. Nope. What, is he going to go the other way? I'm not sure what he sees going the other way. I'm going to take that bull out, but I don't think that was the danger. Well, I think what he was thinking is trying to hit the pile. Let's go back to the green. Hit this pile here. And with that, the black one is probably going to go out. And this blue one is going to stay and hang out in the area. That's what I think he was hoping with the way he played. And it would just kind of trickle off to the side. Well, I could see it. As it is, he got rid of that bolus on the side. Now Angel can try that little draw I was describing for Chris. You can come into that pile on the right. Yeah, just a little heavy. It gives him one behind. Well, Chris has got last shot here. Down 8-3. I'm not sure who's holding. They're playing it like the Gomez's are holding with that black bull there. Chris is going to try it again and kind of whack that pile, hit those two bulls, trying to hit the green bull into the black and yellow. The black and yellow goes, his green bull stays and squirts out to the side. Well, we're going to chance to see if it works. Yeah, I think that works. Not exactly the way I drew it up, but that bull didn't move, and his own bull kind of followed in and through for two. Still, he hit the target. And turns it into two. Great shot by Chris. I thought that green one would kind of hang around, but he did that instead. Well done. So it's now 8-5 after 7. One of the big differences in this game is that 4 that they got in the fourth end. Gomez's. That's the one that's kind of giving them the lead at the moment.
Check the scoreboard. Oh, they already have a scoreboard.
All right, back to Tom putting the mat on the tee and going fairly long here. Not quite like we saw earlier today from Sadri and Ruse, where you're going pretty much to the tee. He's a couple yards short of it, probably about 3 to 4 yards short of it here. Well, not a bad opener by Tom, a couple feet at most. See if Javier could make it all the way down. His first ball's been a little loose. He hasn't really had a great first ball, but he's been making some good adjustments. Be a good time to start getting that first ball in. Yeah, there you go, Javi. Great shot there, beauty. Well done. Very well done. Now frees it up for Tom. He can just add a yard. Jacker bowl. If you miss, you finish behind. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Now I'll be looking to do something similar. I think just finish a little behind.
And that's the thing in this generation, you can't tell Larry something like, I would never tell him something like that because he would probably hate me.
Yeah. A pretty good bowl there by Javier. I mean, problem is it gives Tom a wing bowl because it's a little short. Probably not enough to get him in. It'd probably be okay. If it was another bowl short, he'd be in trouble, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. Chris again doing the crab walk down there. Oh, need to be all the way up here, Tom. All right, another close second. Another yard would have been better. He got a nice little wall for Javi that he could come off of and rather play it up and through. Kind of tuck that jack up around or come to that wall and come around before Tom does. All right, got something behind. Tom again should be free swinging here with his third. Or rather his fourth, sorry. He's coming all the way in the back. It's to be all the way up. Is he going to come off his own and get in there? No, not enough juice. 3 seconds though. Making it a little dangerous. Now that ball fell over. It actually helps Javier. Just wants to stay away from those front ones. Just trying to play off his own on the side there. Just needs to slip under this ball. Well done, Javi. What a ball there. Beauty. Front toucher. Next door, Ruse and Sadri have got another couple. So they're up 10-6 after 7. As you can see, Kelly's keeping a close eye on that game and updating his tablet. You can see the score in our bug in the upper left-hand corner here. Chris trying a forceful shot there and just kind of slid it by. Put it all the way in the ditch. It'd be bad for Javier to come all, or Angel to come all the way through and put one behind here. Chris again, a little less pace. Yep, hit the target. Very nicely done there. A little more controlled weight there. Turned it into a measure, probably just down 1 as opposed to 2, and much, much better to get to now. Great shot there by Chris. Angel just kind of, pretty good weight, just kind of hung out a little too much. Having a conversation, I think there. I mean, he could try and shoot this gap here. He could afford to hit this bull here, but it doesn't want to come out here. It's too wide there. But he's probably just going to do the clean draw here. And especially if you think this bull's already the shot, if you hit it closer, who cares? You really want to try and hit and come off it if you can. Sit for 2. That would be a great shot. Better be heavy than short here. Yeah. All the way in the ditch, all the way around. Might be a little too heavy for that shot. I think a little bit more like a yard over on the draw, so that way if you hit that bull, you'd stay. I think with that weight, it's going all the way through. Angel just wants to kind of tighten this up a little bit. His weight was very good. Yeah, this looks really nice here. Great bull there. Great bull there. Might still just be 1 with the jack movement, but it's a hell of a one now. Because it kind of pushed it towards Chris's bull on the right. This is kind of where it would have been nice if Chris wouldn't have gone in the ditch with his previous 2 bulls. If he would have played it just with a couple yards of weight, then they'd still be behind. And now he'd have something he could use as opposed to 2 bulls that are sitting on the bank and not doing anything.
People watching.
Here's Chris going the other hand, just trying to thread the needle here and see if he can get to the shot bull. Oh. Just missed it. I think that weight was pretty good for it. It just turned. I think it just a little bit off on his line, just a freckle more and clean that by. I think he would have been in there. A hell of an effort. I'm pretty sure it's just 1. I mean, Javi's having a look, but I think it's just the 1. So, but really, it should just be the same bull for Angel here. Let's do the same thing he just did. Yeah, just a little heavy. They'll probably end up measuring this, but it's probably still going to be a bull for Chris and Tom. This measure brought to you by Aero Bowls USA. Thank you for your continued sponsorship, Aero Bowls USA. Aero Bowls, same line every time. Chuckaroo, it's one. So one for the Gomez's as we're trading blows here. 9-5 now. Nobody's won 2 ends in a row since the first and second end by the Gomez's. They've won 5 of the 8 ends, 3 for Dodd and Richeson. Again, both these games that are going on are winner take all. You see, looking over, Corey and Shane have gotten a couple points there to cut that in lead to 10-7. Both these games are going to 18 ends, and both have played 8. Real good opener here. Good opener there by Javier. That's what I like to see. He's starting to find his groove now with that first ball. Maybe 2 feet at most behind. That's solid opener from your lead. Yeah, not bad by Tom. Just weight's good. Just kind of missed his line a little bit. And if I was Javier, I'd just be thinking doing it again. Yeah, no need. Yeah, see, this is the problem. I see this a lot where somebody's 2 feet through, and they think, well, I should take some weight off. And so their goal is to take 2 feet off, and they tend up taking off 2 yards. And now you have a useless bowl, as opposed to doing the same thing and having 2 great bowls that are 2 feet behind. There's Tom. Switched hands since that was kind of in his way. Just wants to keep that good weight and find the line. Just slid it by. All right, back to that first one now, Javi. Yeah, this is looking better. Yeah. Yep, same weight as this first one, almost a duplicate. Probably holding 2. Tom needs to put it together, the first weight and the second line. Yep, there it is. Just enough to get shot there. Again, I'd still say have Javier just do the same bowl. Because if he sits on those, then he'll have a shot. Sits on that green one. And then be in a good position. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Close. Close. Tom just wants to slide it underneath that last bowl. And just kind of left it a little wide here. Oh, a 3-point game and a 4-point game here with a visit to the National Championships in mid-September on the line. Both these teams have been there before. Angel with the draw here, trying to make it all the way down. All the way down. Obviously, think they're holding. It's a couple feet short. Chris has got his option. He could slide it underneath the bull on the right. Here. Or he could try and shoot and draw between these two here. I think he's still thinking about it. Yeah, he's going to go he's going to go this way. The upside is if he hits the inside of this bull here, then it'll come on in. So I think that he's trying. But he's got to be so worried about which side he was going to play. I don't know if he had the weight right. And I needed at least a couple feet, probably a yard. Especially if he was going to try and come off that bull. Interesting to see what Angel does. But Angel probably going to come cross head here so he can avoid Chris's last bull. Slide it just past his own. And add a yard to finish just behind. Yep, real good. Just add a couple feet. Got to look even better for Chris on that same hand. He just a little more grass, a little more both. A little more grass, a little more weight. Think about a yard probably be good. At least. He kind of bounced it and got off his line a little. See if it gets a good result. Yep. Here's Angel again, just trying to put another one in the head. Keep putting the pressure on him. Just going to slide it on in under that bowl. Little touch on it. Put it right in. Well, interesting choice here. I think could be 4. It's easily 2, or it's probably 4. Chris has got 2 more. I mean, he could try and come with weight if he wants and hit that target of these jack and the 2 bulls here. You could try and come with weight because they do have the 2 best backs in here. Or, of course, there's just a draw. Well, if anything, I think he gave one away. I think he hit his own and pushed it out to have their sit. It could be 5. All right. I think Angel's is probably going to do it again. It's either that or put it in the back if he's worried about it. Yep, he's going to the back here. Just to play a little defense. They must think they're holding a bunch. Like I said, I think it's 4 or 5. So it's 2 schools of thoughts. Chris could try again that overdraw through. See if he can hit the jack or the 2 bulls. Just to clean, and the upside is if he hits that jack, it trickles it back into this area. This is where they've got 3. Or just draw it. See if you can cut this down, because 5 is pretty brutal right now. That'd be 14-5 as it lays. So big shot here. Well, Chris looks like he's on the draw. Don't want to be short here. Yep. This is going to leave a mark. It is, sometimes people, it's tough to kind of draw under pressure like that. So 4 out already. That's why some people like to come with weight. At least then you're up. And even you could get paid off for a mistake. could have hit a lot. So it's 5, and that's a big end, and a big result for the Gomez's, going up 14-5 at the halfway point. Meanwhile, in the other game, we see the lead get strengthened there with a 3 for Sadri and Ruse. They'll go up by 6 now. Both games at the halfway point, playing 18 ends. And this men's pairs qualifier. The first time we've had somebody win 2 ends in a row since the first 2 ends. And boy, what a score, 5. I'm guessing that's, if Chris is going to think about anything later tonight, that's the one that's probably going to haunt his dreams for a bit. But you just got to shake it off. Down 9 with 9 to go. You just easily get on a hot streak and get some 1s and 2s and get right back in this. That was a time for Javier to just kind of put the hammer down, but he's come up a couple yards short. Good time for Tom to make it pay for it. A couple feet short there. See if both guys can make their corrections. Yeah, not bad there. Really nicely done by Javier. Good bull there. That's where you want your bull to be. That's a good first one there. It's to be a foot and a half behind, right in line with the jack. See how Tom's correction goes. It's probably a yard to that bull. Yeah, great shot there. Well done. Yeah, Chris and Tom just need to take bites of the elephant here, one at a time. And anytime the Gomez is winning in, it's going to be huge now. They don't even, you know. A little short there by Javier again. Back to that, about 4 or 5 feet short. Not good. Tom, a good chance to just hear a draw here. Holding 2. See how his weight is. Not bad. Yeah, it's matching that back bull. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Oh, he kind of likes this one, I think. Yep. Oh, he was nice and up, but Tom's still holding 2, I think. Yeah, good one there by Tom. A little short, but only about a foot and a half. It's holding 3. Young Angel is up to the task. He's been very good at drawing, cutting it down. He's been Team USA's under 25 rep for the men for a few years now. He's showing you why in this game. A little short with the first one. I think you'll see Chris probably play the other hand. Getting a good shot of Javier and those Coronado shirts. Don't blame these guys for being very focused on the game and not worried about us. Yeah, Chris is going to play on the forehand where he's got his own 2 bulls, just trying to work in those. Play it nice and positive, push on his own, which is, looks like he's done. Probably could be 4 now. Angel is not too far off with his first, just needs a small correction with his second. He's just, might have helped the cause. Probably pushed that one out, if nothing else. He's probably just going to do it again. He really wants to try and work on that outside bull if he can. He's coming narrow again. Don't want to push those up and help him. And again, that's why I wanted to stay away from those 2 bulls and come on that outside bull and hit it. Try and push it in or come off of it. By coming against those inside bulls, it just kind of took all the momentum. Our Angel's just trying to get the draw and see if he can thread the needle here. Well, again, just kind of all getting around it. Probably 2. Well, Chris has got really no fear on that hand. Again, I still think it's the. I think Tom's got the right idea. It's just kind of playing into this bull, or you're all the way around to this bull. So I think this kind of weight's probably good to match that back bull. It's going to be really unlucky to go through clean and move the jack. So just play it nice and free and positive on the draw and try and chip that outside one in. Yep, just like this. Yep, that's well done. Perfect. And then they have a position of the jack looks like it's going to go in this direction. So the jack going in this direction, then you have their bull here and their bull here, because this is where their danger is. They don't really need to worry about that so much. Getting a good shot of Chris though. There we go. Little move. Thank you. Last bull for Angel. He hasn't had to leave it with his last bull in a while, so see what he can do here. Oh, he's got to slip that one. Nope. Boy. The Gomez's get a 5, and now Dodd and Richeson have got a chance to get a number here. I think they've holding 3. And Chris could probably, if he wants, I don't know if he's looking at it. They're probably looking at the count to see who's holding, but I'm trying to get this bull here is the vulnerable one. If they could somehow shoot this gap and get to that bull. I mean, I'm just not sure how close these 2 are with everything else. How many it brings in. But I mean, if he just kind of arrives on that bull, this bull here, and just kind of comes through again, he can push this bull up, and he can push this bull up, or he could slide in the gap, or even get to this bull. Those are all good options. He doesn't want any jack movement though. I mean, it's not really going to pay off. Even though they do have everything in the corner, it's just not really worth it, because even if they hit the jack and it moves it over here, it's moving it away from these bulls that they're already scoring. So they're better off just, I mean, if he's in doubt, just draw another between these 2. Between these 2 bulls here, and just see if he can slide it or use this bull here. Sorry. Use this bull here, come up the inside of it, and in on the draw. Anything within a couple feet should get him another point. There's no real danger. I mean, if anything, you could cost yourself some points if you move the jack, but you're not going to lose it all. Just not sure how many, again, with the distance. Just not sure how close this bull is to this bull, say, or these two bulls here. But I think it should be just, at the very least, just it's worth drawing. Not going to put it in your pocket here. Well, Chris looks pretty narrow. Don't be too heavy. Well, I think he's going to get away with that. I think he got one in, one out. But man, was that heavy and narrow. I'm not sure what he was trying. That looked like the weight, like he was trying to get rid of this bull, but whew. Let's stop some hearts there. I just kind of uncorked that one. Didn't really get to see a good look, so Gary's, we'll find out in a minute. Gary's right in front of it. It's a secret. And 3 it is. So 14-8. 8 ends to go, 6-point lead. Meanwhile, next door, it's a 5-point lead with 6 ends to go, or rather 8 ends to go. All right, kind of gone back to a little bit on the longer side here. Tom with a little flyby action, puts it on the tee, finishes about 4 to 5 feet behind. See if Javier can try and get his first ball all the way there. Yeah, nice ball there by Javier. Very good. Just behind the jack. Tom looking to take a little bit of pace off. Looked like he was going to hit that ball and it fell out of the way just as it was coming in. We had a little bit of a breeze come in and it just rolled it over just to get out of his way. Huh. I'm up here, just a little more grass here. Keep that pace. Yeah, another good one there. Really nice. Let's see if Tom's looking to drop the pace. The danger is to drop too much. Let's see how it goes. Looks really good. Beautiful ball by Tom. Front toucher, beauty. Great shot there. And I think Angel's got the right idea to try and play it around to that ball. If you happen to hit the shot ball, great. You already got 2 seconds. You can afford to be positive and through here. That ball is going back to that ball, if anything. He's doing a flyby close to it. Yep, got it. And dislodged it. He's still holding 1, maybe 2. trying to send Tom the other way and go crosshead. I think the ideal thing is just make sure you're behind. You can use your own ball. I think he's come well narrow here, though. Inside half is okay. Yeah, that works. And another front toucher. Don't know if that's exactly what he planned, but take it. And Javier probably going to try the same thing, just trying to play through that bull. Except now he does nothing behind, so trying to get something there. Okay, it gets him something behind. He was a little narrow with that shot. Of course, ideally, we want to be behind. It really shouldn't worry about moving this. Not the end of the world if he hits that bull. I prefer to be on the draw. Yeah. Angel's going just underneath.
72 watch.
And Chris is about a yard short. Pretty safe to go that hand and just trying to push his own. The green went up. And ideally, if you split between the green and the black, it'd be okay there. Don't want to be too high. Don't want the combo and pushing it in. Okay, got away with it. Finished behind. That's a good spot. Got two back there now. Angel just trying to arrive on that bull. Yep. Trying to wave it in. And might have made it for a second. It's close. Chris is going to stick on that hand. I think he's got behind again. I think he wants to just be a little tighter, come off of that front bull of his own. And it's going to be well short here, I think. Yeah, so Javi says it's one in a measure, probably two. So trying to get Angel to come all the way up into that bull. His weight was pretty good. This needs a little narrower here. He can hit his own, that'll help. Yep. Ooh, really good. Really good. Cut it into one at the very least. Close to being shot altogether. I think based on that reaction, Tom thinks he's got it, especially with it laying down like that. All right. So I think Chris could play it a couple different ways. He really wants to play it like it's down. Get my thing here. So he could come this way and hit the pile. Ideally, if he hits the blue bull from there, it'll probably pinch off the jack. This bull will go out, and the jack will probably trickle down to here. And it's definitely going to do that if he comes the other way. The problem is this bull in front, so he'd almost have to hit the bull into the bull and have it come out. The important thing is something's got to hit this pile. You got to play it like you're down, I think, even if you aren't. And anything with just like a yard of weight is probably good. So last bull for each of these guys. Chris is going to hit his own, and then what? Nothing. Boy, and I don't know. There's no good options here. I don't know how he's going to get shot out of this. If he's holding, leave it alone. If you're down one, it could get a lot worse. I mean, the only thing they have in the zip code is, I think, this one over here.
Javi.
And they have these two on the side here, but that means this bull has got to go and leave the jack alone, and I just don't think so. I think the jack's going to trickle back. So I think he's better off just put it in your pocket or throwing it real short. Well, so again, the danger was if he would have come through and hit this bull into the jack, then the jack goes this way. The bull would have been stopped and it would have come to that bull. But being one down, I don't think is the end of the world for them, the way that head's set up. So it's one for Dodd and Richeson, but it was close. So it'll be 14-9 after 11. And I'm going to take a short little break. I'll leave it to Gary.
Okay, here's Tom's first bowl. Not bad. Oh, nice toucher. Javier is going to come up a little short there. Line was great. Tom's second ball. He definitely likes this length. Good ball. Angel's telling his dad where he wants to be. A little bump there, but Tom's still holding. Tom's third bowl is a great place. It's about a foot behind.
Okay, I'm back and I feel better. It's like Tom's got all the position here. Oh, another nice pull by Tom. Oh, didn't quite sneak it by there. Oh, he's trying to make it all the way up here. A touch on the bull or the jack. Oh, hit his own. Just tapped it around. Good position, though. It's only down the one. Gomez is with a 5-point lead with 7 ends to go. Next door, it's a 7-point lead with 7 to go. Richeson after have played, let's see now, 29 ends, and they've only been down to these guys once, one end. After losing their first game in this tournament, they've run the table. And an 8 in a row since. But it's Chris holding one. Probably looking to get one behind if he can. Wouldn't hurt to hit that bull and push the other one out. So he can afford to be positive here. Nice bull here. Really well done. It might be 2. Angel trying to draw between the 2 bulls there. Not far away. Gives a little wing bull for Chris. Yep, come off of that. As Tom's saying, and really you could play with a couple feet and you could come off the inside of this bull or hit this bull into this bull and have it go. Even if this bull moves back, his is right there. Yeah, they've got the 2 right here, and that bull looks like it's gonna, if he hits that bull into that bull, and even if it squirts this bull and touches it a little bit, it's only gonna help him. Yeah, a little short there. Now you've left that wing bull for Angel to try and use. Really just wants to add a couple feet, maybe a yard. Trying to come on the inside of his own bull here. Not far away, just going to do it naturally. Yeah, sprung it, but tipped that one over, so made it a little easier to get to, but I think he's down at least 2, probably 3. All right, Chris now with the open draw. Got the Gomez boys kind of keeping it a secret. They're moving now. Yeah, a little short there by Chris. See if Angel can complete the move the jack and then draw that. Just a little short. Chris wants to probably float it around. He should. Don't know if he cut any out of it. It looks like it's at 2 at least. Probably is closer for third, but one more bull each. Chris needs a little better effort. I think he needs to add a yard and tighten it down, of course. Trick is not to tighten it too much so that he hits that last bull delivered. And he could use a number here, or at the very least score again. Yeah, it's pretty good by Chris Dodd. Little touch of the jack, just stopping on that bull. Oh, nearly. Boy, he hits that jack and it'll be buried.
Oh, come on, guys.
All right, Angel's going to try and match it. See if he can just add a little bit to it. Not far away. What a shot there. An appreciation for Chris Dodd, but Angel draws the shot. Boy, so close. Chris ticks that jack and it's just hooded and just trapped in there for 3. But it just misses. And then Angel just draws a shot to get 1 and make it 15-9 at the 2/3 mark after 12 ends. We've had a few people join, so I'll reset everything. So we're here at Laguna Beach, California, at Laguna Beach Lawn Bowling Club for the 2026 Men's Southwest Division Pairs Playdowns, our final day. Tournament started with 30 entries. Southwest Division gets 2 entries into the National Championship, so they broke into 2 teams of 15, two breakdowns of 15 for a double elimination tournament. After the first weekend, the undefeated teams were Angel and Javier Gomez on one side, and Corey Vos and Shane Hansanawat on the other, leaving 4 teams in the losers bracket. We had those 4 teams play yesterday, 2 games, and those 2 winners were Chris Dodd and Tom Richeson on this side, and Ruzadai and Sadr Jazieri on the other. Leaving today's for the finals, and that the team that was in the losers bracket had to beat the winners bracket team twice. And both of those losers brackets team did in fact win, setting up these winner-take-all matches on both rinks. So 4 bull pairs, 18 ends. And right now you can see the score of this game, and also you want to see the score in the other game, you can look at the bug in the top left, where it looks like Sadri and Ruse are up to an 8-point lead with the 6 ends to go. And here the Gomez boys have a 6-point lead. So that's the background of what's going on. Get you all caught up. The winners get to participate in the National Championship, representing the Southwest Division, in mid-September, to be played right here in Laguna Beach, California at the Laguna Beach Lawn Bowling Club. And this team will be broadcasting the event for you, although it will be on the Bowls USA Facebook page, I believe. All right, good bowl by Tom, and another solid one to follow it. Javier's a little loose. Javier wants to come through a little weight, see if he can get a piece of this head. Hit either one of these bowls with the jack, could be all right. Well, a little unlucky, but he actually made the head a little bit better. It made a wider, bigger target. So Tom really wants to kind of try and float it around behind if he can. Yeah, good position there. Exactly where Chris wanted it. Now Javi can pretty much free swing this. He should not be short here. If anything, a yard or more of weight. Trying to hit either one of those bowls with the jack. Yeah, this one's not going to be short. He's not far away here. Great shot there by Javi. Well done. Beauty there. Boy, Javi with 3 kind of mediocre bowls and then an excellent one right there. Big part of it is his last one kind of massaged ahead into a better situation for him. Now Tom's the one that's got to be pressing and coming through underneath those bulls. Just going around. At least he's behind. Gives Chris an opportunity. Pretty much right on the 2 meter mark there. Pretty close to it. And if you're wondering if Angel and Javier are related, yes, they are father and son. Let's see what Angel's going to do here. Looks like I would think he'd be drawn around trying to get to that back pole. Just behind. Anything behind really is good. Yeah, this is fine. Kind of keep that triangle of doom kind of covered. They have this little triangle here that's away, all three back. Free swing, and Chris could come right through. Now it's going to have to be a little more measured and kind of come through. A little drag to try and get it here or push the ball out. Either one. If he gets the bull, he sits for 3. If he gets the jack, probably 2. Could be 3. So that's what Chris wanted to do. A little bit of weight, kind of come through and underneath. These guys can't afford to lose too many more ends. All right, actually gave himself a little wing bull in the trade. Angel's going to come crosshead to that bull that Harvey's on. Trying to leave the bull, shot bull and the jack alone. Wants to slide over it. No. Kind of make Chris a shot for him. That was kind of the danger of coming crosshead. Is to hitting the jack. So it's 2 down, I think. Don't think it's 3. So Chris should be drawing all the way around here. Yeah, Chris has done that. Done this a few too many times where he's been holding and he's come up well short. You know, when he could have a chance to kind of, it's almost like, I mean, you could see, you know, there Angel was holding, he came through aggressively and turned it over. So when somebody just does that, you don't want to do it right back to him. But there was really no danger, and Chris could have free played that and didn't really have anything to worry about. Angel with the nut. Just a couple feet short, but I think he cut it to 1 there.
Okay, guys. Angel.
Sorry.
There's Chris. Just wants to float around that pile. He can afford to go on his own, but he doesn't want to touch Angel's light blue one. And that dark bull. Is he going to come around? Trying hard here. He'll sit right there. Just drifted a little too far past. One bull each left. I think Angel's just going to go with his bread and butter of just drawing here. Drew second shot last time. He just needs to add a couple feet here. Just float around behind, around that dark bull and sit. And just hit it square. Cut it to 1. Or it was 1 rather already, so no change. Well, Chris has got a free throw. It's not super free, but it's definitely drawable to get a second. And being 6 down, they could use anything with it being 15-9. Could use every point he can get. Oh, just needs to slip by this. Well done, Chris Dodd. What a bowl for 2. And that's what they needed. Closing the gap. Make those free throws. 4 down now. 15-11. 4 down. 5 to play. And again, looking next door, it looks like Sadri scored again. So it's 17-8. I think Kelly's just working on the update, and I keep looking over, and every time I look, Sadri's just all over the jack, just like he's been all weekend. And he just put a second one in. He's got 2 right behind the jack. All right. This has got the feeling of a game that's going to come down to the last end. Really good to have good jack control, play the distance you want. I mean, you're 13 ends in. You should really have a good idea of what the rink does. You should have a good idea of the line. And hopefully you got the weight down and playing your weight. It's a good opener by Tom there. Maybe jack low. All right, see if Javier can match him. Looks pretty close. What a shot. 2 good bowls. That's what you want to see from your leads. See if these guys can trade the whole way through here. Tom can add a yard here. Even stick with the same line and just add a yard and play through that bowl or jack. They'll come up short here. I didn't want to come up short there. And you just give Javi a free swing here. And Javi's a little short too. I don't think Tom can afford to be careful. I think he just still wants to finish behind and still add a yard and get around everything. And nice try there. Gonna kind of be a race to see if you can get to that jack or bowl sitting right there. Javi's trying again. Trying again here. Could be in for 2. Hard to tell. Probably pretty close. And Jade Chance shots. She'll still be trying to play it nice and up and firm here. Tell them to be all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Oh, very close. Oh, very solid second there. Again, I don't think Javier should be afraid of it. Really just wants to keep playing through it. Pretty close here by Javi, just nice and easy. All right, takes it all the way back. I think he stayed with it for shot. Close though. Got that back one. Again, that's the value. Tom probably was disgusted with that one when he threw it. Now it's a measure for shot. Doesn't hurt to have back bowls. Jack's constantly moving. Chris has got an interesting choice here. Let's see what Chris has got here. I mean, it is kind of a little dangerous to come on his forehand. So I think he's going to go backhand and see if he can. He's either got to pick one, either go underneath everything or go all the way around if you think your bull will make it around. It's just a little too dicey here. You hit the inside of that bull. Yeah, that's well done. Oh, man. He deserved a lot better than that. He just hit it a little too square. He hits the inside of that bull, and it's 2. Instead, he kind of hit it square. I think Angel's trying the same port. Well, Chris could play it again if he wants. Try and shoot that gap again and try and get to that bull. He knows the path that probably the same bull or pretty close to it will make it. Yeah, he is trying it. Just got hit that bull in front. I was just trying to slip that bull, didn't quite do it. A little short. Chris is going to try it again. He does have that blue one in front. But he really wants to try and shoot that gap under between the 2 blues. Just in this gap here. Well, that's the bull that's away. I mean, he keeps seeing that when really he could just kind of come around and just work on his bull and just draw it in. But he's tried this shot multiple times, and I just don't know if he sees this option or if he doesn't think he could get around these bulls in front here. But to me, I think I'd be trying to come through onto this bull that's sitting right here and just trying to tap it and rock it in. He could also hit that bull and the other bull that's away that's there. Angel's going to try that same path and see if he can avoid everything on the draw. All right, it looks like he's done. But came narrow. I might give Chris a look at it and made it a little bigger target because now he could hit the blue bull, which is next to the white, and with it coming with this kind of, it'll hit and knock this, and depending on how many times it needs to roll over and in to get the shot. I think he was eyeballing this the whole time to try and get 2. But you have to get this just right, and he's tried it a couple times now. And the only time he made it through was the first one, and that went away from him. So see if he's going to try it again or switch over and try the little combo and tip his own in. Yep, he's going back to the forehand here. He can either push blue into white or he could ride off those and come right underneath them. He's giving it a look. He's not far away. Yes, what a shot. There it is. A little unfortunate. I don't know if He may or may not have been thinking about it beforehand, but once Angel put that bull there, then it made it that much easier for Chris to do. Definitely holding one and a look between those two bulls on the left that are leaning against each other. Could easily be two. Probably is two. I think you'll see, yeah. You'll see Angel trying the same thing and just follow the leader. Needs to have the pace. Oh, he's not there. Not there. Well, and a great shot by Chris Dodd that's going to get him on the board again. And it's a question of just whether it's one or two. I think they're going to measure the second one, but it's in for one for sure. This measure brought to you by Aero Bowls USA. Thank you for your sponsorship, Aero Bowls. Use your tent. It is very appreciative right now. A little breeze blowing in here. And we are in the shade and our equipment is not melting down. So thank you to Aero Bowls USA for your sponsorship. Same line every time. And while we're appreciative of Aero Bowls, if you would like to sponsor us, have a reads a copy, I would love to do it for you. I think Tom's still looking at it like he can't believe it's only 1-1. But it looks like it's just one. Yep. One only, but still the great one. 15-12 now. 3-point game. 4 ends to go. Meanwhile, next door, Ruza Sadri has lengthened the lead out again. It's now a 19-8 lead after 14 ends. I don't think Kelly's updated in a while. And again, I'm looking over and seeing them hold 3 or 4. All right. Tom's gone. Kind of been sticking with what they've been doing, sticking with their plan. 4 ends to go now. Again, it's a race with the leads, so you can get there first. Yeah, good ball by Tom. Probably a foot and a half short. Right on the center line. Get a little flyby. First we had a car alarm go off and now a flyby. Sheila was giving him the grumpy face, trying to scare that helicopter out of here. All right, here's Javi now. Not a bad opener, just missed on the wrong side of that bowl, but a decent position. You'd like to see Tommy no shorter than the last bowl. Adding a yard would be okay here. Yep, that's okay there. Nothing wrong with that. Just behind, a couple yards. Oh, nice bowl and a great result. Nice bowl by Javi and a great result. Making it 2. Now Tom's very happy he's got that one behind now. I just, again, when I talk about like making sure that you're behind and not short, and this is why you could see like Tom had a good bowl, his foot, but the jack's moving nearly every end. These guys are playing so well. Nearly every end the jack's moving, and that bowl that's just a foot short quickly becomes a yard short and then 2 yards short, and it's just useless. There's Tom. This looks good. What a bull there. Beauty. Beautiful shot there to hold one. And Javi on the attack here. He's going to miss very narrow here. I don't know if he's even going to keep it in play. Yep. Yeah. They're taking a look to see if it's in bounds. Yep. Out of bounds it is. Tom trying to switch over. Pretty safe. Does want a jack move, and he really wants to kind of target that outside bull there. Looking really good by Tom. Just sit right there. Beauty there. And he already has one behind, so that's okay. And he's made the target a little bit bigger. But it's going to be hard for somebody to split and sit. More likely that jack's going to go back to his other one. So we'll see what happens here. Yeah, slid by again, but it stayed in play this time. Looking next door, another 4 spot for Richeson to go up 21-8 with 3 ends to go. 13 points and 3 ends. It's going to be a tall order. Pretty dominant bowling. And again, they've been sticking with, again, good jack control. Every time I look over, good jack control from Sadri. Always within a yard of that tee. And then he's just pouring his bulls in to get him off to a good start. And then if Shane happens to be there, Corey makes a conversion, Ruse is right back on it. So those guys look like they're well on their way to going to try and play the Nationals again and defend their title. Here it's a 3-point game. I think, I don't know, it's just really I think Chris would want to ideally kind of put another one behind in here, however you want to do it. Either if you either come around and be inside this, or other here and be inside that. But preferably, I wouldn't be touching either one of those bulls if I could help it. Because I really, really like where those are sitting. Well, the only thing is if you put it right between the two. Yeah. Well, it's maybe about a yard short. And if anything, you could give, you know, if it's a little offline, it could redirect off that and get in. I'd much rather have the back bull than to have a short bull like that. Nobody gets a lucky wick off a back bull. Kind of drove that one out. Pushed it up a little bit. Chris needs to get that extra yard here. I'll hit that one up, but not enough to get in the count. That's going to send Angel on the other side. Again, trying to split those two bulls. Probably with a yard of weight plus. Now, I just think this is too heavy. I just don't think he needs to be putting bulls in the ditch here. I think just being a yard or two over is enough to try and split those, move them, and tip that jack back. Chris going to try again. Just wants to find that black-yellow bull. Yep, well done there. Very good. And I think falling in for 3. And now you got to be careful again with your angel because you don't want to lose the bull you have there. And it really could have used something, you know, behind if he was just playing with a couple yards of weight. Well, he's trying on the draw here. Oh, good. Good bull there. I think he cut it to 2. That very, you know, it's 1 in a look, but not 3. Yeah. So Chris now is thinking on the draw. What they're talking is on the draw in this hand, seeing if they could touch this bull and just get it in, especially since they've got the catcher here. Or you come across and into this bull and it comes out. It's a delicate little shot here, and I think he's going to be tight. If he hits his own, that's okay. Boy, I don't see a ton of options. Can you pan down a little bit, Gary? And then give this little chance for Javi to move a bit. Javi, over to the side a little. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, so I think that's the option, is trying to get it to this bull here. See if he can hit the pile into this bull, ideally, into the jack, and trickle it down to here. I think that's what he's trying. Oh. Just redirected off that bull. Hit him a little too hard, but still. I think he cut it to 1. Nope. I think he said 2. Great bulls all the way around by all the guys there. And Chris and Tom will score again. I thought they said 2. We'll get the word for our flipper extraordinaire, Gary. He'll tune in. Nope, just 1. So 15-13 now. 2-point lead for the Gomez's with 3 ends to go. And Chris and Tom have won 3 ends in a row and 5 of the last 6. After giving up that 5 and going down 14-5, they've outscored them 8-1. But that 5 that we saw earlier was the one we were wondering is going to haunt them. But they played their way back into it. And a lot of it's this. Great bowling by Tom. Solid first bowl. He's just a little short. Tom's maybe 2 feet through. Getting into crunch time. Looking like this one's going to get down to the last bowl here. Didn't need to take any weight off Tom. Well, and look at the overgame. It's another point. It hasn't. I don't know if Kelly's run out of battery over there. He hasn't seen an update hit us in quite some time. But it's 22-8 now. 2 ends to go and a 14-point lead. And it looks like they're going to keep trying. Oh, Javi hits the jack. Carries it back. And right next to it. That's what they needed, is try and get on the board and get something in there and get it close and put Chris and Tom on the oh, look at this shot. What a bowl. What a response. Tom Richeson didn't even give Javi the chance to go up and look at it. Beautiful bowling. All right, well, Javi's trying to see if he could chip it out, return the favor. Just a little short. Now, Tom really needs to get one in that quadrant. Playing through that bowl, that's an option. He has played that hand 3 times, so I can see why he wants to play that again. But there's also really just getting one in the quadrant behind there. But I don't mind that, the call given the situation. Really, Tom and Chris just want to win ends. They can win the last 3 ends, so win the match. We'll put one behind us. Nothing wrong with that. Uh-oh.
What happened? I lost the camera.
Lost the camera?
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, we're trying to see if we can get our camera back. We seem to have lost the one behind. So Javi's put it behind, kind of matching Tom's back there. Gary's frantically trying to get our camera back. We seem to have lost. It was there 1 second, and then all of a sudden it dropped.
There, we got it. Tell me to stay on. Got it.
Now Gary's frantically trying to get it up and running. Chris is holding one right now.
Okay.
Just give us a
I think that's it. It's just turned.
It's a matte camera.
With a nice bowl, a little short. I'm trying to get our cameras up. In the meantime, I'll do my best. Till Tom and Chris holding one, sitting right on the jack. Now, Angel's just been a little bit off. Just with Tom and Chris getting there first and Angel having to respond. He's been just a little off, or they put it in such dire straits that Angel's been having a really good draw just to cut it to 1 over this last series of ends here. And just kind of added to the trash in front here. Stole the one. Chris trying to get all the way down there. A lot of short balls so far from the skips. Everybody coming up at least a yard short, and it just continues. Just kind of building up the trash in front. And I keep seeing both leads saying, "Oh, just do this."
It's gonna have to be that one.
All right, we got the camera back, but then now Chris is blocking it. He'll be out of the way in a minute. And we're going to have another bull kind of lying in the trash here, just kind of building up this little protector. And you can see that one bull has just been sitting there the whole time.
Come on, guys.
In the meantime, I think it's all over but the shouting next door. You see Ruse and company holding 4 and up 14 on the board. Corey's got his last 2 bulls, and he's got a lot of short bulls that he's trying to do with, so I think that one's going to be over in about 2 minutes. And it'll be Ruse and Saudry defending their title in mid-September after losing their first game and then running the table afterwards. Running the next 3, then 4, then 1 today, 8 in a row, and this will make it 9. All right, here's Chris trying to get all the way around the head. He just needs to clear that bull, which he's done, and get to that bull. Oh, he's done it. I think he's done it. Beautifully shot for 2. I got a few people appreciate that shot, as they should. And Corey's rolling his last bull, and I think that one's going to do it. Yep, that's over. Yeah, it's all over now. So a good run by Corey and Shane, but the victory's going to go to Ruse and Saudry, and they will defend their title in the national championships in mid-September. Congrats to them. Out of the 36 ends they played, they were down 1. So pretty dominant today. Here's Angel trying to match him. And can't quite do it. So it's 2 more for Dodd and Richeson, who have pulled this 18-end game into a 15-15 tie with 2 ends to go. There must be a winner, so if this, after 18 ends, finishes in a tie, then they will flip and play an extra end to decide who advances to the national championship in mid-September. Well, it's not a bad time. I haven't had a chance to say it, but probably a good time to mention that, or never a good time to mention, but I will say it here, that our lawn bowling community, especially here in the Southwest and Team USA, lost a great player and a great friend. Tricia Kwan passed away earlier this week. Our thoughts are with their friends and family, and their significant other Tom has bared through, and he's here playing. So, but, our sympathies with their friends and family. All right, here's Tom's first. 2 ends to go, all tied. All right, good ball there to start for Tom. He's been playing really well. Let's see what Javier can do. Javier's just been a little looser on his last little run. I mean, since the Gomez has got that 5 in the 9th end to go up 14-5, then outscored 10-1 since. So all the momentum is on Tom and Chris's side. Looking to kind of play through his own. He'll touch and sit, or just get all the way to the back. Nothing really wrong with this. Here comes Javi. See if he's going to get. He's going to go right between them. But good position. All right, Tom has got one in the back, one on the jack. We're going to get some more on the jack here. Getting back to that first weight. Yeah, maybe about a yard short. Not too many balls left here. All right, Javi really needs to take a little more grass. He keeps coming across the head, and he's done it again. Weight's better, but he's still kind of missing his line. So Tom's still holding one. See if Tom can make it all the way down this time and add that yard. Just needs to slip his own. Ah, he hit his own. I think that weight was good. See if Javier's gotten the grass this time. Ah, just, again, a little narrow and definitely heavy. So it's still one for Tom here. All right, here's Chris's first, holding one. Got a piece of that one. I don't know if it trickled in. I think the fallout's going to hurt him. All right, here's Angel. It's just been a little off. His draw has just been so good mid-game. Early to mid-game, his draw was phenomenal. But he's just been just a little off. And I mean, you're down one here. You can't be 2 yards short. Chris just needs to add a little grass. I think his weight was pretty good. Tap on either one of those bulls will help. That should be in for 2. Looking for 3. See if Angel can slide underneath those 2 bulls, adding a couple yards. Doesn't want to hit that. Oh, I think it might fall over. Looks like it's going to fall out. Chris is going to come take a look. Because it's got to look nasty from the mat now. Really, I think Chris should stick with that line, play on the outside and get to these bulls and just try and work them in, even if he floated around. And another option, if he wants to be defensive, is to play the other hand, but all the way to these, because here's where their danger is right here. If Angel wants to, I mean, he hasn't really done it, but if he wants to play with weight into this bull, and if he gets jack moving here, that's going to be real trouble. So I think Chris has 2 shots, play this hand, and you come here, or you're playing this hand, and you got to pick a line. You're either going well under it, or preferably, I think, into these 2 bulls. But you cannot touch this one. That's bad juju. So I think that's what Tom's telling him, is like, you could play in this line and come under here. Even if you hit these bulls and come in, that's okay. You just really don't want to, given the situation, we're holding a couple, you don't want to make their shot for them.
No, don't do that. Get a point.
So they each got 2 bulls. The skips have got 2 bulls left. And Chris played that hand pretty well. Again, I think it's those 2 shots. It's play on that hand and avoid that blue, or switch over and come all the way around and play it into those 3. And I prefer playing into his own bulls here, sticking with the same hand he's been playing. He's played that hand pretty well. And even take another blade of grass or 2 and just stay away from the light blue one. Okay, he's avoided it. But he came in with too much weight. And now he's moved it all the way over to where that pocket was, but it's hard to say who's holding. Again, there was no need. You're holding. You don't need to come in with that much weight. You can really just bet on the draw and overdraw. He hit it with a healthy 3 yards. I mean, unless he was thinking he's going to hit that blue bull and push it all the way out. Or just not what I see. So,
No, I can't see the jack.
yeah, the jack's just frozen between those 2 bulls, so Javi's just giving him a target. I think he wants to try and face that bull out. Any jack movement favors them because they have the bulls behind. They're getting on their hands and knees. Okay, and Angel played that pretty carefully. We might be having to get a dollar bill out to try and measure this thing. Tom's getting intimate with it. So really, Chris could try it again and play that same gap, try and shoot the gap and hit his own bull and into the jack. I mean, part of it depends on with your holder or not. The danger of playing the open hand is all the flow will go to those 2 bulls. I mean, you're outnumbered 2 to 1 if it goes to the side.
How video?
It'd be wild if this was like a 0. If you did a measure and it's a 0, then the whole thing comes down to one end. Not even like 1 point. One team's got one, one team's got the other. It's I was gonna say, I wonder if Bill's here, because we might need an umpire before this is over. Is Bill around here still?
I think so.
Everybody's talking, trying to figure out what the hell's going on with one ball each left. See, if Chris wanted to play on this hand, his danger is he doesn't want to hit his own bull out. Ideally, he'd want to hit this bull, but gently, just basically drawing to this bull. And then that would move the jack just a hair. If anything, it'll probably get pinched here. Get a finer line. It'll get pinched and then just kind of trickle to here, which is enough to ensure that they get shot. But the danger is obviously if he hits this bull and it goes out, even just falling over. Even if it just falls over, then they're not holding anymore. All right, well, and both these guys are in a similar boat. Don't want to. And I don't know if the Gomez have taken a real close look at it. Obviously, we've seen Tom and Chris take a real close look at it. And Chris kind of bounced that one, so let's see what happens. My guess is this will end up being short. Nope. He added enough, and it just kind of came across. And that makes it interesting, too, now. Because now, if Javi and Angel, if Angel wanted to come through and try and push it over and get the same thing, and now he's got the same shot. He could hit this bull and have it go out, or he could hit this. He could have hit this bull and the jack squirt. But now there's nothing. He's got that and that. This is all bad now here. Yeah, I was going to say, we need to get whoever, just in cases, get Bill ready to measure this thing or somebody. All right. I think Angel just kind of rolled his bull just to roll his bull. But I don't see anybody. I mean, they could try and measure it and figure it out themselves, but I think it's better just call an umpire and be done. Chris thinks that then one down and concedes it to his credit. And he looked and looked, but knew it was just one. A little bit of a, I don't know. I just don't think he needed that weight for that shot. But all right, so it's a 1-point lead for the Gomez boys. After being up 14-5, getting significantly outplayed in this back half of this game, have a 1-point lead with the last end to come. If it ends in a tie, after 18 they'll play an extra end. They'll flip and play a one-end game. And just like that, we get over 100 eyeballs. And it's gonna put the mat on the tee and kind of go a little short to medium length here. Let's see how this goes. I think we got a brand new distance all the way around. So it's kind of one of the things with the Gomez's get to set the length here, but Dodd or Richeson will have the last bowl. All right, let's see who's going to get there first. Trying to get our focus working on the camera here.
Yeah, we lost it.
And we lost total control. Well, what an opener. Great opener by Javi sitting right next to it. So apparently our camera, even though you could see it, has been disconnected. So this, oh, the blurry image is what you get. That's all we got, folks. Tom's going to play Jack or Bull here. Great first ball by Javier. We're just trying to get a second, just floated on into it. Yeah, another great shot there. Javier's picking a great time to come through. Tom's trying to play nice and positive. Jack or Bull here. Coming up all the way to it. Oh, just a bit short. And we're going to go to our side camera here, and I think Gary's going to adjust it since we still have control of this one. There you go. Good job, Gary. Oh, it's got a little touch on the jack to kind of tuck it away. 3 beautiful bowls by Javier just when they need it. Chris is going, I think, for a full drive, but man, it's a narrow target. Tom just misses. I don't know. To me, I think I'd be playing it with a couple yards through, just trying to kind of play a bender in there as opposed to a full drive. That way you can hopefully keep your bull on the green and it'll have some value. But Chris wanted the full drive here. I think Javi, after 3 good ones, is trying to just go back to the tee. Yeah, which he succeeded in doing. He set this set up nice. Of course, looking for a position bull here. Well, all right, I think Chris got what he wanted. Got one in that sector. Back it to the right. So it'll be up to the skips. But right now, I mean, the Gomez boys just need to win the end. And they're holding 3, and it's 3 incredible bulls by Javier. Well, I don't know. If I'm Angel, I think I'm staying the hell away from it. Nothing short. Just kind of try and cover the green bulls. Nothing short. Nothing they could come off of on a wing. Force them to make the shot. I don't know if that's what he wanted. You think a couple yards through, but it's kind of your natural tendency when you're holding a few. You think, oh, I don't want to break it. And you're just, everybody's human. All right, here's Chris. Got to make something happen with his last 4. And I don't mind this. Again, it's a couple yards of weight. Just trying to dislodge it. Keep the ball in the green. You can try it again in the next one. Angel wants to add at least 2 yards here. Stay the hell away from the head. Pops has put it up, set it up really nicely. So don't give Chris anything he can use. Yeah, this is good there. That's a good spot. That's nicely done. And Chris didn't like that one. Kind of missed it on the other side this time. Gomez is just trying to survive 2 more. Looking like they're thinking about putting a block in. And I'm thinking it'd be better served to just put in something on the corner, protect the green. Don't give something for Chris to wick off of. I mean, because again, you might be forcing Chris into what I think is the right shot of kind of coming around with a couple yards. Just needs to get a piece of this head. Just kind of slide it by, and he hasn't been real close. Again, I'd stay the hell away from it. If I was Angel. Don't give him anything that he could get lucky with. Well, those 3 have held, and 1's enough. They don't have best back, so a kill, I don't think they have the tee, so that doesn't help them. They do have it if it springs out to the side. So I think the shot is probably coming around with a couple yards. It's going to be weird. Yeah, forget it. You got it? Okay. So I think it's going to be coming around all the way here. See if you can hit this ball with the jack and spring it. And hopefully, if you hit this ball, it'll bounce off and come here. All it's got to do is be anywhere in this area here, and you get it. I don't think it'll squeeze out this way, but given that I think the 2 balls in front are almost right in a line, I don't think they are giving him this way. I think he's got to come in this way. Well, unless Chris does something, this is the last bowl of the match, and the Gomez boys, father and son, Angel and Javier, will advance to national championships. Right here in Laguna Beach in mid-September. Chris and Tom played very well. They played very well in the first game to get to this point.